some orange. Ooh, sneaking up on me. Sneaking up on me, this red-orange tree right here. Looks like the foliage is here, but it's not. Like it's there, but it's not. Still see some green trees. There's a nice red tree and a green tree over here. I've got a plug-in lavalier microphone right here. Hopefully it makes it easier so that you can hear me, especially the wind blows and then it stops blowing. But the thing about video outside or vlogging is the audio doesn't have to be perfect, but you can't hear any of that wind. That wind noise, that not going to be good. So let's see how it does. It's pretty long, so you can't really, it's not like it's sitting here and you don't see it like this. But anyway, it should be better than just having your phone and no Bluetooth connections, just straight there. Anyway, let's talk about the bike. All right, Wabi Thunder gravel ride, Rockville Center, Hempstead Lake Park, Rockville Center, New York on Long Island. So the bike held up very well, very, very, very well. I didn't really get a lot of fork shudder from the cantilever brakes. If I pulled the brakes really hard, the front brakes, I could see the front wheel start to jump back and forth, but overall, not too bad. I still think I might put the V-brakes back on, at least in the front, just to get more power, but they did pretty well. They're good enough. The tires did pretty well. 32 millimeter, it did start to struggle when I was hitting all of those roots on the trees, and especially when I was in the sand. But like I said, you're going to need tires that are basically like 4 times the size of any gravel bike tire in order to get through sand. The fun thing about sand is the bike kind of slides and then you catch it and slides and you catch it. But the nice thing about the Wabi Thunder is because it's lightweight for a gravel bike, it's not that light as far as a road bike. It's lightweight for a gravel bike, but the geometry is still very road-ish. So when you're in sand or you're in a situation, it's very easy to just kind of, get out of that situation because it's so agile and almost twitchy. You could actually just maneuver it out real fast. Whereas if you had a bike that had a really long front end like that, the fork rake was starting to be a little bit more slack, felt more like a mountain bike, it might not be as easy to make a tight turn away from a technical part to get more onto the smooth part. So it was really fun riding the 32 millimeter wide road tires. These are not road race tires, they're like the all-season, Grand Prix 4-season, all-season, whatever you call them, all-season tires. They are definitely good tires. If I was going to do this ride again, I definitely would put on my 38 millimeter Panaracer Gravel King semi-slicks. Those are still a pretty smooth tread, but they're a bit wider and you can run them at lower pressure. Single speed, that's all I need. 1 gear, no fear. It looks like, I gotta clean that, huh? That is going to be chewing away my drivetrain. Anyway, all the more reason to run single speed. This is cheap. This chain is like $12. Not a big deal at all, although I don't want to wear it away prematurely. 44/19. It was pretty decent, actually a really good gear ratio for what I was riding. My legs are actually getting pretty strong because I've been hitting the gym and doing leg day. I don't skip leg day in the gym, so I have the leg strength and you can just stand up with this bike. The one thing I will say is when standing up with a single speed with road tires on it, this tire did start to slip here and there just when I was on some loose surfaces. But very satisfied with the way that this bike handled riding gravel. It also feels nice on the road as well. Of course, that has to do with the tires. I'm sure if you went ahead and put 28 millimeter racing tires on this bike, it would feel just like a road bike, but then you can put 38, 45, probably 43 is where it tops out, 43 millimeter gravel tires, and you got a nice gravel bike. So my video I made a couple of weeks ago about this bike saying, should you buy it? My opinion is if you do want to ride gravel like I just did, even if it's light gravel, absolutely the Wabi Thunder is going to be a great bike. You could still put narrow racing tires on it and you basically can do everything that the Wabi Classic can do, but you could also go up to a 40 millimeter wide tire and ride over roots and ride some pretty gnarly gravel. So something that you can't do with a caliper style road bike that has the calipers like that, this bike you could actually take advantage of that bigger tire clearance. So should you buy a Wabi Thunder? If you got the means for it and you want to actually ride some gravel, I think you absolutely should. I'm very satisfied with it. Now what I want to do is I want to take my Wabi Classic and put some 30mm tires on. I have one set of wheels that I have 30mm tires on it, and see how it does in this environment. Because while it's nice to have a bike like this where you can fit really wide tires, maybe you don't have that bike, or maybe you only want to have 1 or 2 bikes. And do you really need to go out and get another bike if you've already got a bike that can fit 32mm tires? I would say probably not. If you're looking between either getting the Wabi Classic or the Wabi Thunder, and you do want to actually have the ability to explore some gravel paths, yeah, I think you should go for the Wabi Thunder, especially since the pre-orders are open right now. But if you're on the road most of the time, you're still going to be able to run 32mm tires. I would not run anything bigger than 32mm tires. I did a video, I'll post it. I don't know where it's going to show up. It's going to show up somewhere up here. My arm's starting to hurt. I think you just got to know what you want. The Wabi Classic is going to be a little bit easier because the brakes are easier. It's just a simpler machine and a little bit more agile. But I actually want to take the Wabi Classic, like I said, and test it in this environment. So if you only want to have one bike, basically what I'm saying is if you got clearance for 32mm tires in your road bike, your single speed, and that's all you can take, try to get some 32mm Panaracer Gravel Kings or gravel tires rather of your choice. I wouldn't go too knobby, because if you've got an old road bike with the caliper style rim brakes, the knobs might actually rub on top. But try to see, just try it out. You may be satisfied, and if you're only going to do these rides a couple times a year, it doesn't make sense to buy a whole new bike for it. However, if you want to, of course, I don't think you're going to be upset. You're definitely going to be very happy with a bike like the Wabi Thunder. So Wabi, keep doing what you're doing. I really enjoy your products, and thank you. So I do recommend the Wabi Thunder. As always, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you next time. Ride safe. Bye.